Good evening, Canby. I call to order the specially called meeting for July 30th of 2025. If it pleases the council, we'll forego the pleasantries of all the pledge and whatnot. Is it good with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do we have any citizen input, Teresa?
No, ma'am.
There's seeing none in the chambers. We will go to the one and only agenda item, considering a setting public hearing and Department of Land Conservation and Development notice under ORS 197.520, parent 3. And I will give it to you, Randy, to give us a little synopsis.
Okay, thank you, Council President, members of the council. Just to reset a little bit, first of all, our legal counsel, Ashley, is online. She's been guiding us through as we navigate both ourselves and Canby Utility. So appreciate her counsel. If you have any questions as we talk through this really briefly, I'm sure she'll be able to help fill in the blanks. Tonight is a procedural step that we're taking. After we met jointly with Canby Utility last week, we agreed to set this council meeting tonight where you would direct staff to notify the Department of Land Conservation and Development that the city, let's see, what's the motion here, is examining the requirements for declaring a moratorium on construction and land development to otherwise take all necessary actions to satisfy the requirements of RS 197.520. So we need to put this procedural step in motion. We need to be directed by the council to do that as staff. We'll set the process that we envision is that there will be a public hearing set in a date future. But in the meantime, the Bonneville Power Association, Portland General Electric, and Canby Utility are going to come and make a presentation to this body, the City Council of Canby, and talk about some of the constraints that they're facing and what they're doing to address large load energy supply constraints, probably regional, Western United States, the grid, but local here in Canby in particular. Okay. So with that, and Ashley, if I miss anything, please help, but I think that's the high level why we're here tonight.
Okay. Councilor Stearns.
No, I just wanted to, for those who are watching that may not be up to date with all things we've done in executive session, just this is referring to the lack of power for large constructions. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I just wanted to point that out, that the reason why is because just the background to make sure that when we vote tonight, that whoever's watching and hasn't been to the executive sessions might follow it that right now we're just having a problem delivering power to the really large projects, but the residential, there's currently wouldn't be any problem at this point.
Yeah, this is something that the utility assures us they plan for. They have a glide path that they explained to us last week of planned growth that they're still going along nicely on. It's just the large spikes that we're seeing, maybe mostly out in the industrial park, that this allows us somewhat of a pause, a forcing function, if you will, to call all the partners together to help articulate exactly what their challenges are so that we can all come together collaboratively and help plan for future load growth in Canby.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say that in the public meeting, because I've been to some executive session. I wasn't there last week, but the public out there listening might not be up to speed. So, okay.
Yeah, as they wouldn't be, but that's, as Randy said, this is going to be an ongoing conversation, so more information will unfold as we go, but we couldn't make a decision in the meeting last week, so that's why we're here today, to actually set this in motion. So, Ashley, did you have a comment?
No, Chair, you clarified the point that I wanted to make, so I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, if there's no further questions, I'll accept a motion.
Go ahead.
Oh, question. Councilor
Council
Patton.
President Hensley, I move to direct staff to examine the requirements for declaring a moratorium on construction or land development and to otherwise take all necessary actions to satisfy the requirements of ORS 197.520.
Second.
Okay. Sorry, Herman, I think I heard Jim first. Motion's been made by Councilor Patton and seconded by Councilor Davis to direct staff to examine the requirements for declaring a moratorium on construction or land development and to otherwise take all necessary actions to satisfy the requirements of ORS 197.520. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, Pat. All right, that passes 6-0. Okay, is there any citizen input at this time? Okay, comment, yes, question. Councilor Davis.
So what's our next step on communications?
Great question, Counselor. We have a draft, or not a draft, a final press release that was collaboratively written with the Canby, jointly with the Canby Utility Board and city staff. And you have a copy of that. It will be released after we adjourn this meeting. Thank you for the question, Counselor Davis. Jamie here can briefly speak to the tactics.
Yes, so we'll be sharing that news release locally with the Herald Pioneer, community partners, regional partners such as Business Oregon, some of the representatives in the area to make sure that everybody gets the same information around the same time. That information will start going out tonight after this meeting and then continue to go out tomorrow. It'll also be shared with the entire leadership team. And then there are a couple different boards and committees. We'll share it with the mayor and council distribution, but also we'll have it shared with the planning commission so that they receive that messaging and know exactly what was said. Canby Utility is going to share it with their board so that everybody has the same message and has the same picture as we move forward. And since it's early days, I'm sure we'll receive feedback and we'll filter that where it needs to go and continue to address concerns or questions as they come.
And one of those regional partners would be the chamber?
Yes, so we have a community partners list of that our former city administrator put together, and the chamber is definitely part of that, yes.
Perfect, okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, Jamie, if you can, maybe you and Randy can sit down with the director of the chamber and, make sure that all the questions are answered, because I'm sure they will field some questions.
Sure, and I have a very good working relationship with her, and will definitely, if she needs that, yes.
Okay, Councilor Patton.
Yeah, I will just say that, there's going to be a lot of questions that might come from certain members of the community and stuff. And, if I say something out of turn, please let me know. But the way I plan on approaching this is really digesting this press release and trying to keep the comments when I talk to citizens to what is in this document. This is a very odd situation where normally there is a pretty firm delineation between what goes on in executive session and what actually takes place here on the dais. Unfortunately, this one is, at least in the time I've been on council, is really going to skirt the line and really blur the line between the executive sessions and what we're actually talking about in the community. And we just need to make sure that when we're having those conversations, we don't reference the executive sessions, and we try to keep separate what was said in executive session to what we are telegraphing to the community, because we don't want to then violate, or we don't want to unseal that executive session.
Exactly.
So that's just something that I'm going to be keeping in mind, and I recommend others do as well.
That's exactly right, Councilor Patton. That's why we're here tonight, is because we didn't want to take an action in a meeting that's not legal to take action in. So yes, please keep your comments to this press release. If they have a question outside of this, please direct them to Jamie.
I think that I do support what Jason was talking about too for the dais, for the fellow counselors. Our message has to be delivered the same. So those bullet points out of the press release is what we need to follow.
Absolutely. Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
I also spoke with the school superintendent this afternoon, and she's going to pass along this information to her board, the school board.
Okay.
Yes.
Counselor Davis.
Randy, also, if you have an opportunity to make sure that the fire board is briefed on this as well, because it will directly impact them as well.
Canby Fire is part of, yeah, they're on that list.
They're on the regional partner list. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Paul? Daniel?
Thank you, council.
All right. That
We'll get
concludes
to
our
work.
business for the day. So I will take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, I'll let you be the second because it was moved by Counselor Stern, seconded by Counselor Maldonado. It's a non-debatable motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Canby.